Hi guys, it's Nika and I'm back with another Create a Sim video. So this is kind of a fun one. I did this one over a month ago. Actually the night before I went on my unplanned Creepy Socks vacation. Yeah, I was going to record a voiceover the day after that. Like I recorded this on, it was I think Tuesday, and I was going to record it on Wednesday when I come back home from the doctor, but the doctor was like, well, you seem to be doing really bad. Would you like to go on a Grippy Socks vacation? She didn't call it Grippy Socks vacation. I just call it Grippy Socks vacation because it's fun and I love it. And listen, I didn't really want to, but at the same time, I really wanted to get better. So I was like, okay, sure. And then I went there and I was there for over 2 weeks, but I am so glad I went, and now I get to do my YouTube again and everything, and I feel much better. Seriously, it helped in all the areas of my life, and I came back with so much energy that I hope to use, everywhere. On YouTube, in my job search, everywhere. But I think I've talked about it a lot already, and I will likely be bringing it up again, and I hope I will bring it up in some longer video and not in a video like this one where we don't really have much time and I want to tell you something about the character that I'm creating. So this is Celeste Tanner, originally from The Sims 3, and in The Sims 3 she had a different name, and she is kind of a typical mean girl. She is mean to the very nice main character. She is dating her crush. Yeah, she's just divorced. And with this character, and I think this is not the first time I noticed it, I think I realized that many times already when I thought about her. But I noticed that a lot of time, especially in the past, my villains, my mean characters, those, absolutely evil, terrible female characters, usually they were like blonde and stereotypically pretty and feminine, and so that's something very interesting to think about, to reflect on. And yeah, I kind of hate it. Just because someone is a, in air quotes, typical pretty woman doesn't mean that she has to be evil. And I hate that I made a lot of my blonde pretty female characters like that. But oh well, it is what it is. I definitely learned. I definitely know better right now. And yeah, Celeste is just, I guess, a product of her time. I didn't know. I mean, I probably knew better, but yeah. Definitely, if I were to rewrite the story today, she would still be mean. Like, that's just the role that she has in the story, and if she was any different, I would have to rewrite it too much. But even though she's mean, there would be more to her character. Okay, and I think sort of there already could have been in the beginning, but I didn't really touch on that. So yeah, Celeste is Miracle's roommate from university, and she is very rich. Her parents are like in the politics, and they are sort of, well, I would say they are very conservative in many ways, and Celeste never really questioned those views. She just always, voted like her parents did, and she always, if they have an opinion, that must mean that it is the right opinion, and she just sort of parroted what they said, because she couldn't even really do anything else. She didn't really have a choice. Like, if she said anything else, she would likely be punished. So I think that's one thing about Celeste's character that if I ever rewrite a story, I could explore more, how her, like, parent influence made her a terrible person. But like, is she really a terrible person? Could she get better? I think she could get better, and I wish I had tried to do that storyline in the original, but oh well, I didn't. And yeah, so she's kind of the worst, unfortunately. She grew up in the same town as Adam did, and their families kind of hate each other, and the fact that she and Adam started dating shortly before university, it was kind of an accident. Like the students of Riverview, they had this like end of the school year graduation party, and you know, it was late at night and they were sitting at the table. They were like the only ones left. All the other people were somewhere else in the house or in the place where the party was happening, and they started sort of talking about how it's funny how their families hate each other, and they were joking about like Romeo and Juliet and how if they fell in love it would be like forbidden love or something like that. And you know, they were both a little drunk at this point, and so they, you know, they kissed. They may have done something else, I don't know, let's not go there. I'm not sure if Daddy YouTube would like that. I'm sorry. No, but anyway, after this party they started dating. Also, yeah, they realized, they never talked before, but they realized that they are going to the same university. Celeste was going to study art history, and Adam was, you know, just, he's an artist. He wants to be a sculptor. He makes, or he would in the future make statues. So he went for that in the university, to like the art faculty or something like that. I don't know. It's The Sims. We don't have to make the details realistic, doesn't matter. And so they bonded over that as well, because they realized they both really like art, and they didn't know that about each other. I mean, I guess maybe Celeste knew that about Adam, but Adam didn't really know Celeste too much. Like in high school, she was just this mean, popular girl, you know, queen of high school, sort of. They didn't really talk. Also, Adam was hanging out with the kids that she didn't really like, and they didn't really like her either. And Adam's friends were actually really disappointed in him when, especially one friend, they were really disappointed in him when they found that he's dating Celeste now. And they were very vocal about how they think it's a mistake, and I think it briefly damaged their friendship a lot. They didn't want to give up on him, but also, like, if you're gonna date the person that made my life live in hell sometimes, like, I'm sorry, friends probably shouldn't do that. Anyway, we are gonna get into that more next week, I suppose, because I will be creating 2 of those friends in next week's Friday video, I think. So we will continue then. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, you know what to do. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. I love you guys. Bye everyone.